Hey everybody, welcome to From Beginner to Band, and this is the truth about bar chords. Okay, so I thought I'd get together some interesting facts or truths about bar chords. What could they be? So I've got 10 for you. Here's number 1. Bar chords are generated from the open chord shapes. So we've got the A major, D major and E major shapes, pretty standard, but we've also got the C major shape and the G major shape, which will play like this. Okay, so to make the A major shape bar chord, we've got to take these 3 fingers and move them up. If you're new to bar chords, why don't you try them higher up the neck where they're a little bit easier to press down the strings. Got the E shape bar chord, move that up. Now wherever your first finger is touching, that's the name of the chord. So there's E, move that shape up, that's F, that becomes F major, F sharp major, G sharp major. Okay, so we can even do a D bar chord. So move this up, that becomes that. I'm barring across my 3rd finger there. You could officially not make it a bar chord by fretting each note individually like this. I kind of prefer that, I think, or that. Both are pretty good, but I think I'd probably go for that more. Because my 3rd finger bends back a little bit and I can utilise that. Got the C-shaped bar chord. I'm going to move that up. Here comes that. Again, try that a little bit higher to make it a bit easier. And the G shape, pretty much no one uses this as a bar chord because it's too difficult, but you can use this version of it where we're just going to string 2. You can have the little finger if you can just about squeeze it out. This is very difficult. Probably this is the most difficult of all the bar chord shapes. Okay, so what I tend to do if I'm using this one, I use the inside 4 notes, or I might use this first finger plus little finger, or I might use the low 6th string to the 2nd string. I definitely won't use this, the whole thing, because it's just too difficult to play. So first fact, all bar chords come from the open chord shapes. So fact number 2, or truth or fact number 2, the first finger replaces the nut in bar chords. So when I play an E chord, the nut there is what's called breaking the string over the nut, and that's creating the pitch for us. Now when I move the shape up, my first finger's got to replace the nut if I want to maintain the quality of the chord, a major chord. I could, if I wanted to, just move that shape up and not move the nut up my finger, and I'd get a different sounding chord. But if I wanted to maintain the quality of the chord, major chord, I'd have to move that up. Okay. So yeah, fact number 2, the first finger replaces the nut in bar chords. Truth or fact number 3, bar chords are the hardest chords to play. Yeah, I'll probably agree with that. Open chords are pretty easy. Bar chords are more difficult. And whenever you buy a guitar, you can do the F test. And the B string, if the guitar's not set up very well, the B string is usually the one that kind of gives you that problem when you go. And however you try, you still can't get that 2nd string to ring properly. But if you pick up a guitar and you press down quite gently, and the 2nd string rings out nicely, the guitar's probably set up really nice, and I'd buy that guitar. Okay, truth or fact number 3, you can have a bar chord starting from the 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, and even the 2nd string, I guess. So let's demonstrate that. So a bar chord from the 6th string, pretty easy, E-shaped bar chord. A bar chord from the 5th string, easy, A shape or C shape. From the D string, you've got the D-shaped bar chord, or you've got the E-shaped bar chord from the 4th string, which is quite a common way to play F. A bar chord from the 3rd string, you could again, I'm sort of cheating here. You could sort of do that, or you could have a mini, have an A minor mini bar chord. A bar chord from the 2nd strings. You could do the old sort of Chuck Berry sort of licks, or Motown soul guitar sort of styles. And the one I played in the intro, this one, that's an A flat major 7, and I'm barring the top 2 strings with my little finger. Okay, so that's truth or fact number 4. You can have a bar chord starting from any string, except the 1st string. Okay, truth or fact number 5. Mostly bar chords won't have open strings. I think that's true, because most of the time you're cutting off the open string, aren't you, with the 1st finger? But what if you had a bar chord like this, F, with an A in the bass? So there's a bar chord with an open string. So truth or fact number 5 is you can have a bar chord with an open string. Truth or fact number 5, bar chords are easy to alter. So, for example, just like the open chord, you go from A to A sus4, A sus2, for example. The bar chord is quite easy to go from a sus4 back to a major chord, back to a sus2. I'd say these E-shaped bar chords are slightly harder to alter. From here you could go to an add 9 chord. sus2, you'd have to sort of do this. That's sort of trickier to kind of add to that, to fit into that bar chord. You could have an add 9 there as part of your bar chord. Some guitarists will put the thumb over and add the. That's not really a bar chord anymore, is it? So, yeah, bar chords are easy to add notes to, especially kind of your 9ths, sus2s. On this shape, you could take a little finger away and create a 7th chord, so an A7. To create an A major 7 with a bar chord, you probably have to do that. That's an A major 7 bar chord there. So, truth or fact number 6, yes, bar chords are easy to alter. Truth or fact number 7, bar chords are best for reggae and funk styles, and I'd agree with that. Yes, because if we're doing reggae, definitely easier than playing the open chord. With the reggae, you can get a nice. So bar chords are easier to mute the strings, definitely. And then funk styles, again, you got to. Definitely easier to play those sorts of styles with the muted strings. So fact or truth number 6, bar chords are best for reggae and funk styles. I'd agree with that. Fact or truth number 8, sometimes in a bar chord you will have to bar with your 2nd, 3rd or 4th fingers and not your 1st. So we normally think a bar chord we've got to bar across our 1st finger, okay? That's normally the case, isn't it? Okay, but how about this chord? This is an A7 sharp 5, sharp 9. And I'm barring across my 2nd finger there. Let's think of a chord where I've got to bar across my 3rd finger. Maybe I'm doing like a mini D chord and I'm barring across my 3rd finger. The example of barring my 3rd, and that example before of barring with the 2nd or the little finger. So truth or fact number 8, sometimes you'll do a bar chord where you're not barring with the first finger. That is true. Fact or truth number 9, they're the only chords you can use if you want to slide between chords. This is true. So that is true. Try sliding an open chord. It can be done, but I'm not sure it's going to catch on. Okay. Fact or truth number 10, sometimes bar chords don't sound as good as open chords. Is this true? Here's an example of an A bar chord. Here's an example of an A open chord. Sometimes you'll want that lovely open chord sound with the open strings, and the bar chord just can't give you that. Just hasn't got that same resonance or openness. Maybe you got a lovely E add 9 chord there. It's just not going to sound as good as, or it's going to sound better than this chord, isn't it? Okay. Oops. This is the tricky one. That's an A. No, that's an E add 9. There's my first finger on the E. That sounds pretty good, but if you want that lovely, rich, open chord sound, you can't beat that. So, truth or fact number 10, sometimes open chords sound better than bar chords. That is true. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this truth about bar chords episode from beginner to band. And please comment, like and subscribe below. If you've got any other truths or facts about bar chords that you can think of that I haven't covered, please comment below, and maybe I'll do a little video on that as well. Now, if you are new to guitar, I've also got a fantastic tutorial. If you click the link below, it's going to show you how to play Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, which is a really famous track, and all your friends and family are going to know it. So it's a great one to learn. It's going to show you how to play the riff and 3 mini chords to get you going. So if you are a beginner and you're struggling with chords, give this tutorial a go, and it's going to hopefully set you up for playing chords well and being able to play the bigger chords in the future. So thanks again for watching from beginner to band, and I'll see you in the next one.